The Fire TV Cube 3rd generation is finally here, and we're going to be going over some of the hardware upgrades on this device. Now, I have the Gen 1 version that came out 4 years ago, and it is the primary Echo device that we use in our house, primarily because it is in the living room connected to the TV, which we spend most of our time in. But there are a lot of things that you can do with this device, which we're going to be going over here in a second. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. And with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. All right, so really not a whole lot to this thing. We've got our cube, we've got the remote that it comes with. It does come with the batteries you needed and then a power supply, so not a whole lot. If we take a look at the cube, we have this fabric on the outside now, which I absolutely love. My biggest complaint with the original version was that it was just a fingerprint magnet, not so much with this one. We've got 4 microphones here on the top. We've got our buttons that you would normally see on one of the Echo devices right there. But taking a look here on the back, we've got some new hardware. So we have a new HDMI in. We've got our typical HDMI out. We've got our IR extender to plug in. This one does not come with this device, but you can buy that separately. We've got our power port. We have got our USB port. That is going to be for either expanded storage. You can plug a thumb drive into there for expanded storage, or you can actually plug a webcam into there and use this for video calls. And then we also have now a built-in Ethernet port. Now this is just a 10100 Ethernet port, not gigabit, which is fine. We don't really need gigabit for this. This also does come with Wi-Fi 6E, which is the newest and fastest one out there, and probably what most people are going to be using. So we see right here on the box, we've got Wi-Fi 6E, it's 4K HDR. Let's see what else we have on here. We have also got what comes in the box. We already saw that. We do need high-speed internet with here. You do need either a 1080p or a 4K TV with HDMI port, so do keep that in mind. And high-speed HDMI cable. Taking a look at some of the stats over here. We've got hands-free Alexa. We got the Wi-Fi 6E, 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision. We've got an octa-core processor, and then we've got that HDMI in that we talked about. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Cube, essentially the Cube and the remote are equivalent to a Fire TV stick and, say, an Echo Dot. Something where you can use your voice to speak to the device, and it's going to be able to control things like your TV, change the channel, control your smart home, lots of different things on there. Now, you can group both of these devices together in the same room to get similar functionality out of it, but you're going to get a lot more functionality out of controlling your different home entertainment devices from this device right here. We're going to be going over that here in a second. Also, if you are a Fire TV Stick user, I did a video on how to improve the speeds of this device. There are a lot of features that you're going to want to turn off that will stop Amazon from monitoring what you are doing on this device. I highly recommend checking that out. I will leave it up in the corner for you guys to check out and linked at the end of this video. But with that said, let's go ahead and get this installed and show you what it can do. Okay, so we've got our device plugged in right now. It is loading up. We're gonna go through the settings of getting it connected to Wi-Fi. Now, I do have a brand new Wi-Fi 6E router. I will link to this video at the end if you guys wanna check this out, but this is an amazing Wi-Fi 6E router. If you guys are looking for an upgrade, I highly recommend that one. I just did a review on it, so you guys can check that one out too if you want to do that. Okay, we're gonna pair our remote. I gotta go ahead and stick these batteries in and get this thing paired up. Okay, batteries in. Let's go ahead and select our configuration settings right here. Network connection successful. So when you are picking up a device like this, when you're picking it up on Amazon, there is a little box. You might not have noticed it before. I believe it does come auto-checked if you're logged in, but there's a small box that says use previous configurations to set this up. So that way, when I go ahead and plug this in, it's already registered for my Amazon account and all of that stuff. I've got my Wi-Fi already saved to that account and everything, so I don't need to touch anything. If you are planning on giving this as a gift or you don't want it to have all of that stuff preloaded, make sure you uncheck that box. But for this one, all I need to do with that box checked is plug it in, and look at that, it's updating, it's good to go. I'll let it go ahead and finish the update, running all the stuff, software updates, all that kind of stuff, and we'll come back here and take a look at some of the options and features that we're gonna get with this device. All right, so now we've done the initial setup, we've got a welcome to the Fire TV. Here are just some of the things that we can do with it. Easy navigation, personalized Fire TV profiles. So that's something that has been newer in recent months. So you can create your own profile, select different things. You get kids profiles, adult profiles, which is awesome. Decide what to watch with the Find, customize apps, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and click on Got It. It's gonna load up. Let's see, it's got my profile right here. And let's see, load it up. Oh, Thursday Night Football tonight. I am excited for that. Okay, so Here is the profile right here. These are the different things. If you are familiar with Fire TV at all, you're probably used to this, but you can go through and jump through live TV, home, find different things like that. You can go down here and look at some recently watched shows. We've also got, let's see, if we scroll down here, we can see sponsored apps and games. We got featured TV. Let's go ahead and scroll back up here, looking for our apps. So scrolling to the side over here, we've got some different apps where you can see different things. So let's go ahead and click on Netflix. And something that I did want to bring up, because I have had people ask this question, is that does this device right here, does the Fire TV Cube include things like Netflix and Hulu and Prime Video and all that kind of stuff? No, it does not. You have to pay for separate subscriptions. So you will have a Netflix subscription or a Hulu subscription that you will be paying for separately, and then you will load it up here and then log in with your credentials. So just to clarify that, it does not include that. You do have to pay for all of that separately. All right, so now I have all of my apps installed. If we take a look down here, I've recently used these apps because I've logged into them. But you can go through and, like I said, the ones that you do a subscription for, you can log in. We can go in and, check Disney and look at all that stuff. I'm sure that you guys are probably familiar with the Fire TV and how it works. It's pretty much standard across the board. If you've used one Fire TV, you've used them all. We're going to back out right here, go back to home. And how you would go through and get your different apps is right now I'm on the home screen. I'm just going to swipe all the way over to this spot right here, and then from there we can take a look at our apps, get new apps, all of that kind of stuff if you guys want to do that. We'll go downstairs, get this all hooked up to the TV, and I'll show you guys what it does. All right, out with the old, in with the new. There's our first generation. Here is our new Gen 3. I gotta say, I like it so much better. I love these rounded corners on here. However, now I can't use this as a weapon. I mean, this was always these corners are so sharp. I could just pick this up and throw it at anybody coming in that front door right there. Can't really do that anymore with this right here, but okay. We have it plugged into the LG TV. The first thing that you're gonna want to do once you get it plugged into your new TV, let's go over here to settings. I'm gonna go down, going to go into equipment control, and we're gonna set up our new equipment, which for me is going to be the TV here. Okay, we're gonna take a few minutes here, continue with the setup. Yes, I have an LG TV, add soundbar or receiver. I don't have either one of those. All right, all done. So I went through the setup, got everything done for us right there. Okay, so now that we have our TV programmed to our box right here, we can use the remote to control the TV. So we've got a power button up here, we have got volume buttons, we've got channel up and down buttons, we've got a live TV button. So if I click that, it's going to bring up a display right here, and then we can go through and look at the different channels, click up and down here, all of that good stuff. Let's go back home here so we're not listening to any of the TV here. But now we can use this remote to control our TV if we had a cable box or anything like that. So now we can use the device to control things. I can say, Alexa, turn it up. You can see the volume turn up. Alexa, HDMI 1. So now I can change it to a different HDMI port. Now for me, the HDMI port for HDMI 1 is going to be a computer that I have plugged into the TV. Okay, and we can even do things like this. Echo. HDMI 2. It's gonna bring us back to our Echo. Echo. Show me the Arlo front door.
Okay.
And there we go. We can see security cameras on this thing too. This thing does so much. It's got extra hardware in it. One thing that I wanted to point out too is that on the back of this, we talked about the HDMI in. So if you do have like a cable box or maybe a Blu-ray player, an Xbox, anything like that, you can actually now pipe it through this device and allow this device to control it. So going HDMI in here, going HDMI out there will bring it up to the TV, but now your Echo Cube can control all of that stuff, which just makes it so awesome. Well, there it is, the brand new Fire TV Cube 3rd generation. I am so happy it's here. I love the look of it. I love the features that it adds with that HDMI in and out. We've also got a Ethernet port on the back if you want to use that, but who even needs to use it? That's just going to slow you down. Go ahead and definitely connect to Wi-Fi on that device right there. And whether you're using that USB to expand your storage or use it as a webcam, I love that that is an option too. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this device right here is the primary device that I use at my house. We use it for everything. We set timers, alarms, reminders. We control the TV. We turn the volume up and down, on and off, change channel, change to HDMI 1 or 2 or whatever we want. It's all verbally done through there. You have a remote if you want to do that. But by far, this is the Echo device that we use the most in our house, especially since you can use it to control your smart home too. If you guys want to dive more into controlling your smart home, you can check out the video that I did here explaining a little bit more about that. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up, let me know that you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.